The Empire's fleet emerges from the depths of space, its dark silhouettes stretching across the expanse of the galaxy. As they approach Earth's solar system, their ships are unlike anything humanity has ever seen, sleek and massive, moving with an eerie precision that suggests their power is beyond comprehension. The first wave of their vessels enters the outer rim of the system. Their approach is methodical, like a predator closing in on its prey from the surface of Earth. There is a moment of stunned silence as humanity watches the sky fill with their looming presence. Earth's communications networks crackle to life, and a cold mechanical voice resonates through every channel across the world. It demands Earth's surrender. The message is simple, but chilling. It tells of the Empire's dominance across countless worlds and warns of the inevitable annihilation that awaits if Earth does not comply. The message echoes across every city, every home, every place where humans live. There is no escape from it, no hiding from the truth it promises. On Earth's surface, confusion spreads like wildfire. People stare at the sky in disbelief. As the news reaches every corner of the planet, the voices of politicians and scientists begin to fill the airwaves. Their faces are grim as they try to make sense of the Empire's arrival. They know their technology is primitive in comparison. Their ships are rusted relics, and their weapons are no match for the invaders. Everything that humanity has built seems fragile in the shadow of this new threat. In the heart of the United Nations, world leaders gather behind closed doors. Their meeting rooms are filled with tension. No one speaks for a long time as they try to devise a plan. But there are no easy answers. The Earth's military forces are scattered and disorganized. Most of their ships are outdated relics of an earlier era. But even so, their leaders know something the Empire does not know. Humanity will never simply surrender. Among the leaders, one voice rises above the others, the voice of a woman who once commanded fleets of ships in battles long forgotten. She speaks of defiance and hope, urging her colleagues to fight for Earth's survival. She recalls the stories of humanity's past, when impossible odds were faced with unwavering resolve and determination. With fire in her eyes, she stands firm and declares that they will not give up, they will not kneel. While the world leaders argue, another group works in the shadows. Engineers and scientists from every corner of Earth begin their own mission to defy the Empire. They work together in secret, their efforts fueled by the knowledge that they are humanity's last hope. They take apart the old warships, scavenging for parts and piecing together new technology, something that might give them a fighting chance. But they know it will take time, and they know they may never have enough. At the same time, across the globe, citizens take to the streets. Their voices rise in unity, calling for the defense of their planet. They know the risks, but they also know that giving up is not an option for humanity. Has never been a race to bow to superior forces. They fight with every ounce of their being to protect their home planet and their way of life. And as the sun sets over Earth's horizon, the people of the world look up at the sky one last time before the war begins, knowing that the future of humanity now rests on their shoulders, and the course of history has already been set. The Empire may have arrived, but the fight for Earth has just begun. In the wake of the Empire's demand for surrender, the leaders of Earth struggle to comprehend the gravity of the situation. An emergency summit is called, bringing together the most powerful and influential minds from every nation. But despite their vast knowledge and resources, the weight of the Empire's fleet pressing down on Earth makes them feel small, fragile, as if the very ground beneath them might crumble at any moment. The conference room buzzes with a sense of desperation as the leaders sit in silence, their eyes scanning the monitors displaying the terrifying sight of the Empire's ships in orbit around Earth. Their hulls are sleek and black, covered with weapons humanity has never seen. The sleek ships of the Empire gleam in the coldness of space, a stark contrast to the rough, worn ships Earth can muster. The Council's discussions grow heated, voices rising in frustration as each leader struggles to propose a solution. One leader, a young president from South America, speaks first, her voice trembling as she points to the statistics on the screen. The overwhelming firepower of the Empire, the sheer numbers of their fleet. She argues that Earth's best chance is to surrender quickly, avoiding the bloodshed that could destroy everything humanity has ever known. Her words are met with cold stares from the others, and a sense of shame settles over her as she realizes the true cost of her suggestion. Another leader, a seasoned general from Asia, slams his fist on the table. He refuses to even entertain the idea of surrendering. Humanity cannot give up, not after everything they've fought for. He stands firm in his belief that Earth must resist, even if it means total destruction. He reminds them of the battles fought and won by humanity throughout history. When all seemed lost, yet they rose from the ashes stronger and more determined. He calls for the creation of a new fleet, a fleet of warships, built from the ground up. In the back of the room, a scientist from Europe watches the heated debate unfold. Her mind works furiously, seeking an answer to the impossible problem. She has studied the Empire's ships from every angle, their weaknesses hidden deep in their designs. She knows that even with their superior technology, there may still be a way to fight back, but she doesn't share her thoughts yet. She's unsure if her findings are enough to turn the tide. Outside the summit, the world is in chaos. People flood the streets demanding answers. Fearful of the unknown, they watch the sky with a mixture of dread and defiance, as if the sight of the Empire's ships looming overhead has sparked something deep within the hearts of the people. The media broadcasts the Empire's demands again and again, but every time the call for surrender is heard, a growing chorus of voices rises against it. Across every continent, citizens gather in peaceful protest, but the protest is not for submission. It is a protest for resistance. Humanity stands together, united in a way it never has before, no longer divided by borders or conflicts. They all share one thing in common now: the will to protect their home and their future. Meanwhile, in the labs and factories of Earth, the engineers and scientists work around the clock to build something that can challenge the Empire's overwhelming might. Their hands are stained with sweat and oil, their minds focused on a single goal. They know that the survival of humanity rests on their ability to turn impossible dreams into reality. And in secret, a team of military strategists begins formulating a plan, one so audacious, so risky, that it could either save Earth or doom it entirely. They know that they are humanity's last line of defense, and that time is running out. As the summit ends, and the leaders return to their countries, the question of surrender still hangs in the air, but it's clear now that the true fight has begun, not just for Earth's survival, but for humanity's future. In the days following the summit, Earth's nations rally around one common purpose: to resist the Empire's demands. Whatever the cost, the world that had once been divided by petty squabbles and territorial disputes now stands united, all differences set aside in the face of the greatest threat humanity has ever known. The decision to fight is made, but it is not without its consequences. The first challenge is one of resources and time. The clock is ticking, and the Empire's fleet waits, ever patient, high above Earth, its shadow growing larger by the day. The engineers and scientists who had been working in secrecy now find themselves thrust into the spotlight as their efforts become humanity's only hope. They work in makeshift laboratories, hastily built factories, and military bunkers, surrounded by a web of scattered plans and half-finished prototypes. They have no time to waste. Yet the task ahead is impossible. They must design and construct warships capable of standing up to the most advanced and terrifying fleet the galaxy has ever seen. Across the planet, the industrial machines that once built cars, planes, and everyday goods are repurposed for war. The first priority is to build ships, large enough to carry the new weapons and powerful enough to survive the kind of warfare the Empire wields against overwhelming odds. The workers pour their sweat and skill into creating these new warships. They use old blueprints, combining outdated technology with innovative designs to create ships that are as much a testament to human ingenuity as they are to desperation. Amid this frenzy, a team of brilliant engineers from Africa, led by a visionary scientist who had once worked on deep space exploration, stumbles upon an unexpected breakthrough in their research. They discover a way to harness the energy from Earth's own magnetic field, an energy source that can power their ships far longer and more efficiently than anything the Empire has used before. It's a discovery born from years of studying the stars. But it's also a reminder that humanity's true strength has always been its ability to think differently and adapt quickly. The human race is a machine now, a massive, synchronized effort to outpace time itself. The spaceports are flooded with cargo ships and assembly lines, where parts from across the world converge to form new fleets. But as the warships begin to take shape, the question still looms large. Will they be enough? Will they be ready in time to face the Empire, or will humanity's final stand be reduced to ashes? Meanwhile, across Earth, the people hold their breath every day. News reports come in, detailing the progress of the warships, but there is little news from the front. The Empire's ships remain in orbit, silently watching, their weapons primed and ready. The Empire's fleet is too advanced to underestimate, but something stirs among Earth's populace, a sense of unity, of shared purpose, that they have never felt before. They know they face an impossible fight, but they also know that surrender is not an option. In the underground bunkers of Europe, military strategists develop plans for a counteroffensive, but with every plan, there is a nagging realization. Earth's ships will be outclassed, their technology too rudimentary. The strategists know that their best chance lies not in matching the Empire's strength, but in exploiting its weaknesses. For all its power, the Empire's fleet is still an external force. Alien to the world it threatens to conquer, and the humans intend to use that against them. Back in the laboratories, breakthroughs continue to emerge as scientists rush to perfect weapons that could deal a blow to the Empire's invincible-looking ships. The first prototype energy weapons are completed, capable of piercing even the Empire's toughest hulls. The warships, though still incomplete, are slowly taking form, ready to challenge the Empire in ways no one expected. And in the midst of it all, Earth's people wait with bated breath. The countdown to their final stand has begun, and no one knows if their efforts will be enough, or if they are merely playing out the final chapter of their doomed history. But one thing is certain: humanity's fight for survival has begun, and they will not go quietly into the night. The first warship to emerge from Earth's desperate effort is christened Vigilance. It is an imperfect creation, far from the sleek ships of the Empire. Yet it is a symbol of something greater, a refusal to surrender. The ship's hull is patched together from various materials, parts scavenged from abandoned space stations, old satellites, and even the remnants of defunct military vehicles. But within its battered exterior, Vigilance carries the hopes of every human who refuses to bow to the Empire. The ship's crew is as diverse as humanity itself, made up of civilians and military personnel who volunteered, driven by a singular purpose: to fight for their planet's future. They come from every nation, every walk of life, but they all share one common bond: their willingness to face the Empire head-on, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Some are experienced soldiers, veterans of wars long past, while others are scientists, engineers, and even farmers and teachers who have been hastily trained to operate the ship. But all of them are united in a single burning desire: to protect Earth. As Vigilance prepares for its first mission, the mood on board is tense, but determined. A crew moves with practiced urgency, their every step choreographed by the meticulous training they've received in the weeks leading up to this moment. Despite the rushed preparations, a sense of unity pervades the ship. They know that this isn't just a military operation. It's the beginning of a fight for humanity's survival. They are humanity's first line of defense, and the world is watching. The warship's weapon systems are crude by the Empire's standards, but they are powerful enough to pack a punch. The ship's engines are patched together from a variety of sources, making its speed and maneuverability unpredictable to anyone who might underestimate it. Its defensive shields are still experimental, barely able to withstand a direct hit. But the crew is determined to make it work. They have no choice but to rely on ingenuity and quick thinking, traits that have defined humanity for centuries. As Vigilance departs from Earth's orbit, its crew knows the stakes could not be higher. Their mission is simple yet incredibly dangerous. They are to engage with the Empire's scouts, to test their weapons, their tactics, and their resolve. It is a move born of necessity, a desperate attempt to show the Empire that Earth will not roll over in the face of annihilation. But even as the crew steels themselves for battle, There is a gnawing sense of doubt in the air. The Empire's fleet is vast, and the Vigilance is just a single ship in a sea of technological superiority. The first encounter occurs in the asteroid belt, where Vigilance faces off against a small contingent of the Empire's scout ships. The human warship moves with a grace and unpredictability that surprises the Empire's forces, making the scouts hesitant to engage. The Empire's ships are sleek, powerful, and armed with weapons that can erase entire cities. Yet the humans have something they don't: an understanding of their surroundings and the ability to adapt. The battle is brutal and chaotic, but the crew of Vigilance fights with everything they have as the Empire's scout ships unleash barrages of laser fire. The humans weave through the asteroid field, using the debris for cover, launching sudden attacks from unexpected angles. The Empire's ships are slow to respond, caught off guard by the humans' tactics. Vigilance's first victory comes in the form of a well-placed shot that disables one of the Empire's scout ships. Its crew cheers, a surge of adrenaline and hope coursing through their veins. But they know this is just the beginning. The fight is far from over, and they are far from ready to face the full might of the Empire. But for the first time since the Empire arrived, humanity has made its mark, showing the invaders that they are not an easy target. As Vigilance returns to Earth, battered but alive, the world watches in awe, realizing that humanity's spirit cannot be crushed so easily. The crew of Vigilance has proven something essential: humanity is capable of far more than the Empire ever expected, and the war is just beginning. The victory of Vigilance over the Empire's scout ship becomes a rallying cry for Earth, but the war is far from won. It was only a single skirmish, one small step in a much larger battle, but it proves that humanity's resolve is not so easily shattered. The news spreads like wildfire across the planet, sparking hope in the hearts of billions. The message is clear: the Empire is not invincible, and Earth is not willing to roll over. As Earth's warships continue to be built, the human fleet begins to grow. Albeit slowly, each new ship that emerges from the assembly lines carries with it the weight of the world's hopes and dreams, a symbol of humanity's defiance against overwhelming odds. Vigilance returns to Earth's orbit, battered but unbowed, its crew hailed as heroes. But the war is far from over, and the Empire's fleet remains a silent, looming presence, waiting to strike when the time is right. The second encounter with the Empire's forces comes soon after Vigilance's victory, this time in the debris field of a destroyed moon. As Earth's fleet, now numbering several ships, moves into position, the Empire makes its move, sending a larger, more powerful contingent of ships to engage. The Empire's fleet is far more coordinated this time, its ships moving in tight formation and unleashing devastating firepower. The humans, still inexperienced and outgunned, struggle to keep up. The battle is fierce, with the Empire's ships easily shredding Earth's defenses, but humanity's crews fight with a ferocity that surprises the invaders'. Vigilance and its sister ships launch a series of hit-and-run attacks, exploiting the Empire's slow reaction time and using the terrain to their advantage. The Empire, confident in its superiority, begins to underestimate the humans once again, making critical mistakes. It is then that a breakthrough occurs. A human commander, drawing on lessons learned from their previous battles, orders a daring maneuver, a sudden assault that forces the Empire's ships into disarray, using the debris field of the destroyed moon as cover. Earth's ships close in, picking off the weaker Empire ships one by one. As the battle rages, Earth's ships, despite being outclassed in technology and numbers, begin to gain the upper hand. By the end of the engagement, 3 more Empire ships are disabled, their crews retreating in defeat. The victory is a testament to the humans' adaptability and their refusal to follow the Empire's expectations. They may not have the advanced technology of their enemies, but they have something far more powerful: ingenuity and an unyielding will to survive. As Earth's fleet returns to their base, the world erupts in celebration. The message is clear: humanity is not done fighting, but there is no time to rest. The Empire will not tolerate such losses for long, and their next assault is already being prepared. The humans know that they must keep pressing forward, building more ships, developing new tactics, and refining their technology. The victory at the moon has given them a much-needed morale boost, but they also know that the Empire's retaliation will be swift and brutal. The warship engineers work tirelessly, improving upon the designs of their ships, strengthening shields, upgrading weapons, and refining the power systems that have proven so essential in their success. But each new improvement only highlights the truth. The humans are still far from being on equal footing with the Empire, despite their victories. The odds remain stacked against them. And yet, something is changing. The human fleet is becoming more than just a collection of ships. It is a symbol of something greater, a unified force born of necessity, driven by a collective will to protect their home planet. The crew members of Vigilance and its sister ships share a bond forged in the heat of battle, a deep sense of purpose that no alien empire can break. As the Empire's fleet regroups and prepares for their next assault, the humans steel themselves for the fight ahead. They know the stakes are higher than ever, but they also know that they are no longer facing the battle alone. The fight for Earth has become a fight for humanity's very future, and as long as there is hope, there is still a chance to win. The Empire's response to the human victories at the moon is swift and brutal. A larger fleet arrives in Earth's orbit, an intimidating sight that dwarfs the remnants of the Earth's fledgling fleet. The Empire's commanders, now fully aware that humanity will not submit easily, prepare for a final push to crush Earth's resistance. But the humans are not intimidated. Not anymore. The battle for Earth has become a test of wills, and the humans are prepared to fight to the very last. Back on Earth, the atmosphere is tense as the human fleet grows stronger with every passing day. Every warship that emerges from the assembly lines carries the weight of humanity's determination. Yet there is still a nagging sense of vulnerability. The Empire's fleet is vast and powerful, and while Earth's ships have become more adept in combat, they are still outmatched in terms of technology and raw firepower. In the war rooms, Earth's military strategists work tirelessly, studying the Empire's tactics, analyzing every battle, looking for patterns and weaknesses. They have learned a great deal from their previous skirmishes, but they also know that they are running out of time and options. The Empire is relentless, and each new defeat or setback pushes Earth closer to the edge of annihilation. But there is one thing that the strategists keep coming back to: a single glimmer of hope. The Empire's fleet may be technologically superior, but it is also predictable. They move in tight, coordinated formations, always relying on brute strength to overpower their enemies. But humans have something that the Empire cannot account for: creativity and unpredictability. While the Empire's commanders are content to play by their own rules, the humans are willing to bend or break them entirely. Commander Elena Vasquez, a seasoned veteran who has led Earth's fleet through its most difficult engagements, speaks with a steely resolve as she lays out her plan for the upcoming battle. It is a bold strategy, one that relies on trickery and misdirection to lure the Empire's fleet into a trap. The plan is risky. Many of the human ships are still in the early stages of development and are not yet fully equipped for such a high-stakes mission. But Elena knows that it is the only chance they have to turn the tide of the war. Meanwhile, on the ground, the people of Earth continue to show their unwavering support for the fight ahead. They know that the war has reached its breaking point, that the next battle could be the final one yet. In every city and town, there is a sense of unity, of collective determination to preserve their home planet for future generations. Despite the hardships, despite the loss and the fear, they stand together. The war has become more than a fight for survival. It is a fight to preserve what makes humanity unique, to protect their freedom, their culture, and their way of life. As the day of the battle draws near, Earth's fleet moves into position, each ship preparing for the fight of its life. The Empire's ships are already in orbit, their formidable presence hanging like a dark cloud over Earth's cities. But the humans are undeterred, their warships now brimming with new technologies and new tactics they have learned from every previous battle. And this time, they are ready. The battle begins with a massive skirmish in the outer reaches of the solar system, as Earth's warships launch a series of lightning-fast strikes against the Empire's forces. The humans hit hard, striking the Empire's flanks and cutting off critical supply lines. Before the enemy can respond, the Empire's fleet struggles to adapt, its commanders unable to anticipate the humans' next move. As the conflict intensifies, the humans press forward, refusing to give an inch despite their inferiority in technology. Their ships maneuver with surprising speed, using every advantage they have gained through their unorthodox tactics and constant innovation. But it is clear that the war is far from over. The Empire's ships may have been caught off guard, but they are relentless, regrouping and retaliating with devastating force. Yet the humans hold their ground every skirmish. Every strike is a step toward victory, but the road ahead is long and treacherous, and the final showdown with the Empire is still to come. With each battle, humanity becomes more than just a nuisance to the invaders. They are a force to be reckoned with, and the Empire is beginning to realize that they have underestimated the one thing that no fleet, no empire, could ever conquer: the indomitable spirit of humankind. The Empire may have thought they would crush humanity without effort, but the humans are not so easily broken, and with each passing day, their determination grows stronger. The time has come for the humans to make their boldest move, yet the Empire's fleet, though battered and stretched thin after the previous engagements, still looms large over Earth. Their flagship, the Imperium, is an imposing fortress, a ship of unimaginable power with enough firepower to obliterate entire cities with a single strike. The humans have been preparing for this moment ever since their first victory in the asteroid belt. They know that this is the turning point of the war. If they can cripple the Imperium, they can force the Empire to reconsider their invasion, perhaps even win the war outright. Commander Elena Vasquez stands on the bridge of vigilance, her eyes fixed on the massive warship that now lies ahead. The plan is risky, perhaps even insane, but it is the only option left to them. The fleet has been painstakingly coordinated to draw the Empire's attention and spread their forces thin, making them think that Earth's ships are scattered and disorganized. But all of this is a trap designed to draw the Imperium into a narrow engagement zone, where Earth's fleet can use their unpredictable tactics to overwhelm it. Elena knows that the risks are high. The Imperium is far more advanced than anything humanity has ever faced, and even with all their ingenuity, they are still a far cry from matching the Empire's raw power. But she is determined. She can feel the weight of her crew's eyes on her, their lives in her hands. But she also feels the strength of their unity. They are no longer just a ragtag resistance. They are a true fleet, a symbol of humanity's will to survive and to fight for their future. The attack begins with precision strikes from Earth's fleet, a flurry of gunfire and missiles aimed at the Empire's outer defenses. The Imperium retaliates immediately, its cannons lighting up the void as it unleashes devastating blasts of energy, cutting through Earth's ships with terrifying efficiency. But this time, the humans do not flinch. They have learned from every battle, and they are not afraid to take risks. As vigilance leads the charge, Elena orders the fleet to split and feign retreat, drawing the Imperium's attention and luring it deeper into the trap. The Empire's flagship, confident in its power, pursues with ruthless precision, thinking it has already won. But Elena knows that the Imperium is overextending, its commanders too focused on the perceived weakness of the humans to recognize their true strategy. With the Imperium now caught in the engagement zone, Earth's warships spring into action. The fleet, having endured countless hours of training, launches a coordinated assault that catches the Empire's commanders off guard. The humans fight with wild, unpredictable tactics, flanking the Imperium from every angle, weaving in and out of its line of fire, and using the remaining debris from past battles as cover. But the most daring part of the plan has yet to unfold. Elena orders vigilance to make a suicidal run straight for the Imperium's core engines. It is a move that will almost certainly result in the destruction of vigilance, but it is the only chance they have to disable the Empire's flagship and cripple its ability to fight back. As Vigilance plunges through the line of fire, its crew holds their breath, knowing that they are on the precipice of something monumental. The final stretch is agonizingly slow, with Empire cannons taking potshots at Vigilance, narrowly missing the ship as it weaves through the blasts. Alina's hands grip the controls with determination, sweat beading on her brow. But there is no turning back now. The crew stands united, eyes fixed on their goal, their hearts racing with the knowledge that this may be their last moment together. And then, as Vigilance crashes through the final line of defenses, it unleashes its final weapon, a makeshift energy blast designed to penetrate the Imperium's reinforced hull. The impact is immediate and violent. The Empire's flagship shudders as the explosion rips through its core, sending shockwaves across the battlefield. The Imperium's engines falter, its weapons fire sputtering as the flagship is torn apart from within. The humans watch in stunned silence as the mighty ship falls, its lights flickering before going dark, signaling the end of the Empire's invincible presence in the solar system. The Imperium is no more. Victory is bittersweet for the humans, as Vigilance is lost in the final attack, its crew sacrificing everything to secure the Empire's defeat. Yet, as the remaining Empire forces retreat, the humans know that they have struck a decisive blow, one that will reverberate throughout the galaxy. The fight is not over, but the Empire has been shaken to its core. And for the first time since the war began, humanity can breathe a little easier. The message has been sent loud and clear. Earth is not a planet to be conquered. It is a world that will fight back, no matter the odds. In the wake of Vigilance's final sacrifice and the fall of the Imperium, Earth stands on the precipice of something unimaginable. The defeat of an empire that once believed its dominance was absolute. The Empire, stunned by the loss of its flagship, retreats from the solar system in disarray, unable to process the catastrophic blow to its military might. Yet, even as the humans celebrate their hard-won victory, there is a sense of quiet tension in the air. The war may have turned in their favor, but the Empire is far from finished. On Earth, the mood is one of cautious optimism. The news spreads across the globe. Humanity has won its first major victory against the Empire, but the celebrations are muted by the reality that the war is not over. The Empire may have lost its flagship, but it still commands an army far greater than anything Earth can muster. The survivors of Vigilance and their allies in the fleet return to Earth's orbit, battered but resolute, ready for the next phase of the struggle. In the war rooms, Earth's leaders and military strategists know that the fight is far from won. They have disrupted the Empire's plans, but they still have no idea how the invaders will retaliate. The humans have no illusions. The Empire will regroup, rebuild, and come back stronger than ever. Yet, for the first time in this long war, Earth's military has a new advantage, a newfound confidence. Commander Elena Vasquez, though deeply mournful for the loss of Vigilance and her crew, feels a surge of hope. She has seen firsthand what humanity is capable of when cornered and pushed to the brink. She knows that Earth will not fold under pressure. Not again. The battle they fought to destroy the Imperium has proven that humans possess the one thing the Empire cannot predict, a willingness to sacrifice everything for their home. Back on Earth, the war effort continues at full speed. Earth's warships are now being built faster than ever before, with engineers working day and night to perfect designs and implement new technologies from the battlefront. The lessons learned from previous engagements are quickly incorporated into the next generation of ships and weapons, pushing Earth's fleet closer to parity with the Empire's forces. The human capacity for innovation has become the greatest asset in their arsenal. Meanwhile, the world's governments unite to form a new coalition, an international defense pact that consolidates resources, knowledge, and power. The divisions that once existed between countries are now irrelevant. Every citizen, every nation, is part of the same global effort to preserve their world. The Empire may have advanced technology, but humanity has something that cannot be measured: its heart, its unity, and its resolve to protect its future. The Empire's commanders, after recovering from the loss of the Imperium, begin to rethink their strategy. The retreat from Earth is not one of surrender, but a tactical withdrawal to lick their wounds and prepare for a more decisive confrontation. Their fleets reorganize, new reinforcements arrive from other sectors of the galaxy, and the Empire begins to marshal its full strength for a final assault on Earth. The humans, however, are ready. They know that their next engagement with the Empire will be the ultimate test of everything they fought for, but they are no longer fighting alone. Their fleet, though still small compared to the Empire's, has become a symbol of resistance not just to the Empire, but to all other potential invaders who might have once seen Earth as easy prey. The world's people are no longer passive. They are active participants in their own fate, standing shoulder to shoulder against an enemy that vastly outnumbers them. As the humans continue to prepare for the Empire's eventual return, their resolve is unwavering. They know that the battle for Earth will not end with a single victory, but the outcome is clear to them now. There is no force in the galaxy that can ever break humanity's spirit, not even the mighty Empire. From this moment forward, the universe will know one thing: humanity will never surrender. The final message echoes across the stars. Earth is no longer a planet waiting to be conquered. It is a world that fights for its survival, for its future, and for the future of all who call it home. The fight may be far from over, but humanity has proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they will stand united, undaunted, and ready for whatever comes next.